How are you doing today?
I'm fine, teacher. I'm in the work in the job.
Okay, good. Let me take this. Can you please confirm if you are taking, if you can see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we can observe the presentation now.
Well, I guess everything is working well. Um, Mi computador tiene serios problemas con el audio, entonces si de pronto hay algún problema, porque normalmente cuando comparto pantalla, el audio empieza a dañarse. Entonces, si de pronto hay un punto donde no me están escuchando bien, me dicen porfa eh, para cambiar el audio, ¿ok? All right, so this is STT4, task 3, mastering travel listening skills. This is just for you to know like some tips about the listening that you have to do for this quiz. Okay, so Juan Pablo, please take your first screenshot.
Already.
Wait. Okay, so the first thing that you need to know is like how to um, understand your assessment. It's actually very simple. Yeah, what you have to do is identify conversations about travel experiences, and it will involve rules, regulations, and expressions of prohibition, necessity, and obligation. Yeah. You have 10 multiple choice questions, just 10. It's very, very easy. Yeah. And you will have single, yeah, answers. Yeah. And the ideas of today we practice a little bit like some expressions and some tips for you to get better in listening. Yeah. Remember, you have 90 minutes in total with 2 attempts available. Yeah. So try to use your first attempt to practice. Yeah. And then refine your approach. Yeah. This assessment counts 70 out of 500 total course points. Yeah. So this is significant. Yeah. In your final grade. So let's see. Let's ensure you are fully prepared. All right. So um, there are some key language patterns you will find, you will encounter in this listening activity. Yeah, remember we have been talking about simple past, but also about modals. Yeah, so prohibition, for example, yeah, is expressed with can't or cannot. Yeah, or is not allowed, or this is not permitted, or it is forbidden. Yeah, so there are some expressions that even like are easy to understand because I think You may know because of your knowledge in Spanish. Hay algunas cosas que uno sabe porque su conocimiento en español también le da como esa indicación. Pues creo que es como también mucho con el sentido común, right? So for example, we all know that we cannot bring liquids over 100 milliliters. Yeah. Smoking is not allowed on this flight. You cannot smoke, basically. Yeah. In any places. Yeah. I don't know. Well, like you go to restaurants, you can no, you can smoke. You go to schools, you can smoke. Yeah. Long time ago, people used to smoke everywhere, literally everywhere. Yeah, but right now it's different. Okay, you're not permitted to use electronic devices. Yeah, hay unos tiempos del vuelo en los que uno no puede utilizar los dispositivos electrónicos. Por eso está el modo avión en el celular. Yeah, it's forbidden to take photos here. Porque son marcas, porque son registros, por ejemplo, cuando ellos hacen la muestra, los auxiliares de vuelo hacen la muestra de lo que uno debe hacer en caso de emergencia. Yeah. Also, yeah, we need some things. So we need to express necessity. Yeah, you need to show your passport, of course, if you're traveling abroad. It is necessary to arrive 2 hours early. You have to remove your shoes. Passengers are required to wear masks. ¿Ya? Bueno, eso ya no pasa, eso era en la pandemia, pero puede que todavía tengan algunas restricciones. Yeah. And we also have obligation. I think those are the ones that we have worked the most. So you must declare these items. All visitors should register upon arrival. Travelers auto check visa requirements, and everyone is expected to follow safety protocols. Son todas esas cosas que evidentemente son obligación, como declarar lo que llevas, declarar los impuestos, registrarse, ¿sí? Los requerimientos de la visa y evidentemente pues los protocolos de seguridad. Okay, good. So we have some common travel contexts. Of course, we have bus terminals, yeah, but we also have airport security, yeah. So you will listen for instructions about things that you cannot take in your bag, yeah, security procedures and passenger requirements, yeah. So you need to pay attention to those specific quantities, sizes, categories, yeah, or of those restricted items, yeah. And when you are listening about hotel check-in, you need to focus on hotel policies, guest obligations, and facility rules, yeah. Normally, check-in is at 3 p.m. and check-out is at noon everywhere. Yeah. So we need to notice check-in times, payment requirements, and property guidelines, like the facilities, yeah, but also what we need to do regarding our responsibilities. Yeah. Okay. So this type of context frequently appear in listening assessments because they involve clear rules and regulations that travelers must understand and follow in real world situations. Okay? All right. Uh-huh. Okay. So, what do we recommend for you as essential listening strategies? You have this pre-listening preparation, yeah, which is basically reading questions, yeah. you need to read the questions carefully before listening begins. Yeah, because you need to identify what specific information you need to listen for. Rules, prohibitions, or obligations. Yeah. Second, focus on modal verbs. Train your ear to catch modal verbs like must, can't, have to, should, and need to. Yeah. These signal important rules and requirements. Yeah. Number three, listen for context clues. Yeah. So pay attention to location indicators because they might say airport, hotel, customs. Yeah. And the speaker role, of course, security officer, hotel staff, sorry, tour guide, or like any person that is in charge of this type of business. Okay. And note those key details. You can write down specific numbers, times, quantities, and restrictions. Yeah, those details often determine, sorry, the correct answer in multiple choice questions. Yeah, because sometimes we are paying attention to like the whole context and we don't pay attention to those specific details, those very, very, very small details. So sometimes we get like the first thing we listen to, yeah, is what we get. Like we say that's the answer. Yeah. A veces uno escucha y como que se queda con el contexto, entonces como que lo que primero escucha es lo que pone, porque no, ya, listo, esa es la respuesta. Muchas veces estas preguntas vienen como que en esa triquiñuela, ¿sí? Decir, bueno, nosotros tenemos estas respuestas y una de la opción, perdón, una de las opciones es la que está escuchando, pero puede que esa no sea la respuesta, porque puede que la nombren, pero signifique, pues, otra cosa o quiera decir otra cosa de lo que yo necesito. ¿Listo? Bueno. Okay, so we will practice, yeah, this airport security scenario, yeah. So you will notice how the speaker uses different modal verbs to express various levels of obligation and prohibition, yeah. Must remove, indicates a strong necessity, while need to be placed, yeah, shows requirement and not allowed clearly states prohibition. Yeah. So I have some questions for you here. Yeah. So this is the first question type, prohibition. What is not allowed in the security area? So you have using phones, taking photos, carrying bags, and wearing shoes. Question 2, necessity. The type is necessity. What do passengers need to do with liquids? Throw them away, drink them, put them in clear bags, or keep them in pockets, en los bolsillos. And we also have some with obligation. What must passengers do with large electronics? Turn them off, remove from bags, show to officers, put in lockers. Yeah. Como les decía ahorita, incluso es como un asunto de, a veces de common sense, de sentido común, ¿sí? Entonces, bueno, vamos a escuchar el audio. Voy a salir de acá porque creo que no compartí el audio. Voy a ir acá y voy a compartir el audio con esta completa. Listo. Bueno. I will play the listening. I will play the audio and then you will answer these questions, okay? Voy a dejarles las preguntas aquí. Ya las leímos, ¿sí? Son solo 3. Voy a poner el audio y ya ustedes responden, ¿ok?
Good morning, passengers. Before proceeding to
It's
security,
not working.
please note the following requirements. You must remove all electronic devices larger than a phone from your carry-on bags. Liquids are restricted to containers of 100 milliliters or less, and they need to be placed in a clear plastic bag. You're not allowed to bring any sharp objects, and food items should be declared if they exceed 100 G. Photography is prohibited in the security area for safety reasons.
El audio de mi computador se apagó, entonces quiero saber si lo pudieron escuchar todo. ¿Sí se escuchó todo?
I think we didn't listen to it completely.
Okay. Okay. So, do you have the answers to these questions? 1, 2, and 3. Let's see. I will play it again. Lo voy a poner otra vez.
Good morning, passengers. Before proceeding to security, please note the following requirements. You must remove all electronic devices larger than a phone from your carry-on bags. Liquids are restricted to containers of 100 milliliters or less, and they need to be placed in a clear plastic bag. You're not allowed to bring any sharp objects, and food items should be declared if they exceed 100 G. Photography is prohibited in the security area for safety reasons.
Okay. So, which one is the first one? What is not allowed in the security area, you guys? The idea is that you participate. This is for you. Hello.
Oh, my dear Lord. So we have two students, Juan Pablo
Three.
and Leonela.
And
Oh,
Juliet.
and Juliet.
But she's on hold.
Okay,
So,
so
yeah.
I guess you can ask any of the two students we have.
Okay. So maybe Juan Pablo that was here first.
Oh, Juan Pablo, are you there?
He said he was working.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so maybe Leonela. Okay. Well, the answer here is B, taking photos, because the speaker clearly stated that photography is not allowed there, it's prohibited. Yeah? Okay. Question 2. What do passengers need to do with liquids? Yeah? The answer here is put them in clear bags. Yeah, if you have traveled, I know that not everyone has travel. Yeah. But like if you have traveled, you know that you cannot take more than 100 like in your carry-on bag. Yeah, because it's like sorry. it's not safe to bring all those things, yeah, with you. All right, so you need to they need to be placed, yeah, in a clear plastic bag. That's what he said. Yeah. And the third one, yeah, is B, remove from bags, because he says, sorry, you must remove all electronic devices larger than a phone. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Perdón. Right. Sorry. Okay. So we have here, yeah, what we just listened to. Yeah. So you will not have this script, yeah, but you are already used to listening to different types of words and vocabulary that will help you to understand these better. Yeah. Okay. So you see here, good morning, passengers. Before proceeding through security, please note the following requirements. You must remove all electronic devices larger than a phone from your carry-on bags. Liquids are restricted to containers of 100 milliliters, yeah, or less, and they need to be placed in a clear plastic bag. You're not allowed to bring any sharp objects, and food items should be declared if they exceed 100 E. Yeah, photography is prohibited in the security area for safety reasons. Yeah, so your questions may not be in the same order the listening is. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Yeah. Okay. So you need to pay attention to every single detail. Yeah. So, real world listening involves multiple speakers, background noise, yeah, and different types of accents. Yeah. So some challenges you may face, and maybe, well, you have already faced, um, are these multiple rules in one conversation. Well, and we will also talk about how to overcome them. Sorry. Speakers often mention several rules together. Practice maybe identifying whether each rule is a prohibition, necessity, or obligation. Yeah. And you need to create a mental category, yeah, as you listen, right? Implied versus explicit rules. Yeah. Sometimes rules are suggested rather than directly stated. Yeah. So listen for phrases like it would be wise to or guess typically, which imply expectations. Those are not obligations. Yeah. Okay. Exception and condition phrases. Yeah. So you need to pay attention to those words like unless, except, provided that, as long as, which can completely change the meaning of a rule or requirement. Yeah. Because that makes everything different. Okay. If it is an option, then it's not something that is mandatory. Okay. Um, Another advice we have for you, like about the time management, especially, yeah. You have about 9 minutes per question, so you don't need to be in a rush. Yeah. Use the first listening to understand context, and the second for specific details. Yeah. Try to have these active listening. Take brief notes on key modal verbs and their context. Yeah, don't try to write everything. No, just some keywords. Yeah, and focus on the specific information is each question asked for. Yeah, what you need is what you need to look for. Answer elimination. Cross out obviously incorrect answers first. Yeah. Look for options that contradict what you heard, and use wrong modal verbs. Yeah. Or contain unmentioned details. Yeah. Because maybe they say something that you have, yeah, and you're listening, but not everything, yeah, or they mention some more details that like are not there, yeah. And when you have your second attempt, yeah, you should use it to pay extra attention on those specific areas that you need to, like the challenging questions. Those that were difficult for you, okay? So use your first attempt to identify challenging questions, and then the second one to focus the extra attention on those specific areas, okay? All right. So you have these essential tools and strategies to excel in your travel listening assessment. Remember that understanding rules, regulations, and obligations in English is not just an academic skill, sorry. It's a practical ability that will serve you well in real travel situations. That's why we have this type of task, because it's a real life task. Okay? Practice daily, spend 15 to 20 minutes daily listening to travel related content with similar language patterns. Yeah. Review the modal verbs. Please keep the prohibition, necessity, and obligation phrases fresh in your memory. Yeah. And then take your assessment. Apply these strategies confidently, and remember you have 2 attempts to demonstrate your skills. Best of luck. Yeah. Your preparation and these strategies will help you achieve the score you're working toward. Okay? Remember, this assessment reflects real world communication. Yeah? So it will benefit you far beyond the classroom. It's not only for the class, it's also for you to take these like farther in your life. Okay? So this was just some recommendations we have for the listening. It's just 10 questions, so it will be amazing. And this STT was also for you to participate in case you needed like some extra points for the task too. All right, so here we have our second screenshot. Say cheese. Recuerden, chicos, que es necesario que se vea su foto en el pantallazo. Si no se ve su foto, entonces pónganle una foto después con otra aplicación, la recortan y la pegan encima. Lo más importante es que no compartan esto para que nadie, pues, quede con los screenshots. No hay que compartirlos en ninguna parte. Solamente, pues, se los comparten a su tutora. Puede ser Lina o puedo ser yo. Juliana Quintero. Mi nombre no es Juliana Null, pero bueno, los perdono porque así aparezco en el Teams. Y para las que llegaron más tardecito, ya les voy a volver a poner el primer screenshot. Bueno, me sí. Here. Este es el primero, para los que no lo han tomado. Please. Please, please, please. ¿Listo? Bueno, voy a dejar de compartir por acá. Chicos, chiques. esperamos que les vaya muy bien con su quiz. Recuerden que está abierto hasta el lunes. Listo, que solo es una semanita, que no tenemos mucho tiempo para que lo presenten. Realmente es muy, muy corto el tiempo. Nosotros les hemos dejado toda la información de este a través de todo lo que tenemos. Y bueno, la idea es que ustedes, pues, si tienen algún inconveniente con este tema, pues nos lo hagan saber lo antes posible, porque pues es un sistema, es una plataforma y puede que falle. ¿Listo? Entonces no hay problema, pues les podemos volver a habilitar. El 13 de octubre es el lunes festivo. Listo, nosotros recuerden que estamos siempre pendientes hasta el sábado de todo. Si hay algún inconveniente, igual nosotros siempre les damos un poquito más de tiempo para presentar las tareas. Listo, recuerden porfa llenar la asistencia que les dejó la profelina en en la, en el chat. Y eso sería todo. Igual pues muchísimas gracias por participar, por tomarse el tiempo de estar aquí. Muchísimas, muchísimas gracias. Y bueno, nos vemos.
All right, guys. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Please, please, please.